Hello everyone. We're going to do something a little different tonight. You see all this stuff on my desk. I'll explain it. The title of this video is Hillary, Not My Guns. What I'm going to do is teach you how to preserve a gun. And this is the one that friend Rudy let me use for this demonstration. Preserve it in such a way you can put it away today and be confident in 10 years it'll be in A1 shape when you find it. No rust, no anything. Now, a sharp observer will say, well, that's a stainless steel, it won't rust. That's true, except the springs in here are not stainless steel. And so stainless steel without springs is no good. Anyway, we even have a scripture lesson that goes with this. The book of Joel, J-O-E-L, 3rd chapter, 9 and 10 verses. Proclaim this among the nations. Prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am mighty. The Lord wants us to protect ourselves. Now, how are we going to do this? I'll explain what all this means. We're going to take this gun. First thing we're going to do, just common motor oil. We're going to put motor oil all in it. I'll be working over a trash can. The deacon is going to be pouring the oil. And once we do that, get all the motor oil just soaked in. That's an easy job. Next, just common grease. I'll work the grease into it. The next step is this. This is the bed sheet I've torn into strips and rolled like gauze. And you'll need a bunch of it when you get ready to do this. When you think you've got enough, there you go, like this. Okay. When you think you've got enough made, keep going because it takes a lot of it. Now, after I pack it with this grease, I start wrapping this around it like a mummy. Continually adding grease, okay? And do this over and over till you have about a 1/4 inch at least of gauze and grease on the outside of the gun. Then, saran wrap. You need a piece of saran wrap ready. You get to lay the gun on the saran wrap and you get to wash your hand, get all the grease off. You wrap the greasy gun with saran wrap. Now, I've never done this before in this process, and I've done probably 8 or 10 of these. Aluminum foil. Somebody suggested that I use aluminum foil to wrap it next. Why not? It can't hurt a thing. So the next thing will be, like I say, aluminum foil will encase it. I'll go back to the gauze, start wrapping it around and around and around, but this time dry. And you get to, like I say, at least a 1/4 inch thick. Get it thicker than you think you need. Then the next step is going to be, this is a crock pot. This is the bowl out of a crock pot. I got it at a garage sale for $3. This is wax, melted. This is wax that will be melted. And the encased gun will be dipped in, let it dry, dipped, and you do that 8 or 10 times and put a thick coat of wax all over the whole thing. Now I'm going to try something that was suggested to me that I've never done before. And that is I'm going to, the last thing I use a pair of tweezers, dip a piece of paper in wax and stick it on. It may work, it may not. in which I will describe the gun that's in here. 25 caliber automatic, Sundance Industries, the number, blah, 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 blah. So you know what's in there. And stainless steel, by the way, put that in there. Now, once you get the wax on it, it's soaked into the cocoon or the webbing. Next, you wrap with saran wrap again, because wax could get hot. It really could, and you don't want to run over things. So then, after you put the saran wrap on, you put another aluminum foil over everything. Then, just common bags. I'll drop it in a bag, maybe 2 bags. Put it in an ammo container. Get them anywhere. The little jar here. Ammo. Now I just use this little package just for demonstration purposes. I would wrap it real good before I put it in there, plus I'd probably put full of ammo. Same thing with it. Then it goes dipped into the wax to protect the metal part. And it will go in here with it also. Then, put it wherever you want to put it, and when you get ready to use it, it will be there ready for you in good shape. And this might be a gun you want to use for your personal protection, or one you don't want anybody in government to come and take, or it could be a family heirloom or something else you just want to preserve. So the next step in this, I will be moving to another area where I have a trash can available. Thank you. Hello people. This is the second step in the preservation of a gun to hide it from Hillary. And as soon as the deacon gets around here to assist me, the oil, please. This is just common motor oil. We're pouring it all over the gun. And a little more. Pour it a little harder. It's okay. There you go. More. Dump it over there. There you go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Just keep it going. Pull out the, pour it down the axis. Down the barrel.
You need to raise it a little higher.
Inside it. Hard to pull that thing back with the grease on your hands. There we go, right down in there. Now, thank you. Take the lid off the grease, please. Just sit right there. This is just common gear grease, actual grease we call it, all-purpose grease. We coating the gun with it. Gauze, please. Then this is the bed sheet that I've torn up in strips. We'll start wrapping. Come on, straighten yourself out. More grease. time you put webbing or the cloth on it, add more grease. Kind of fun to get your hands in something greasy and dirty every now and then. More grease.
Don't be afraid to over grease.
Can't over grease.
Now hold it up and show them what it looks like now.
A little more grease. This may be a little bit of overkill, but that's just the way I do things. I've done this to probably at least 10 guns in my lifetime. And those that are watching, share this video with other people. Put it on your channel. Have them pick it up, put it on theirs. Because it's kind of interesting, you have to admit. And educational. More grease. We'll do one more. Won't hurt a thing. Okay. One more nice bit of actual grease. Calling it actual grease, let you know how old I am. Okay, here. That is good. Now I'm going to lay it in the middle of a piece of saran wrap. And paper towel, please. I get to wash my hands and prepare for the next step. Stay tuned. Next step. Here we are with the saran wrap with the greased up gun laying in the middle. We gently bring this over, and I may need another piece of saran wrap. Well, no. I'm going to try some aluminum foil. I've never tried it before, but it was suggested to me. Can't hurt. We'll see how it turns out. Hey, not bad at all. Now the next step, we're going to wrap it with cloth again. Cloth, please. Just let me have the whole roll, don't string it out. when you are tearing up a sheet for this purpose here, do about 3 or 4 times as much as you think you're going to need, because you'll need more than you think you will. I learned that. Thank you. You want about a 1/4 inch thick of cloth. That may be overkill, but like I say, that's just the way I do things. Better safe than sorry. Been some pretty weather we're having here in Texas. I like pretty weather. I don't like it too hot. I don't like it too cold. You know, you might get your buddies together and have a little gun wrapping party, because there's a lot of Hillarys out there that's going to be coming for our guns, and we know this. So we need to be able to protect them. And like this particular gun, when I get through with it, 10 years from now, wherever it is, it'll still be in good shape. The weather, the conditions will not have affected it. Two or three more pieces ought to be enough on this. Thank you. We'll do one more piece. Doesn't need it, but we'll just put one more on there for good measure. Get ready to turn the camera off. Turn the camera off. Turn the Here we are, we're finished with this, and the next step will be the waxing. Now we start the waxing process. This is the crock pot that is full of melted wax. We dip in, bring it out, and let it dry, let it cool. Wax may be hotter than I really like it to be. Second dipping. Every time I dip it, it builds up a little more. And that hot wax soaked all the way through, and so it takes a while for it to cool. Since this is going to take an awfully long time to do, why don't we just shut the camera down right now and we'll finish it off when I get this completed. Here we have the finished product. Now I'm going to attempt to identify what's in here. I've never done this before, so we're going to see. I dip it in wax and put it over here. Seems to be sticking right now. That was the brand name. This says it's stainless steel. Well, that didn't stick very good. Let's try this again. On the other side, there went the number of the gun. That's okay, don't need that anyway. 25 caliber automatic it says. So we'll put that right there. Tap it down. And I'll give it one more dip. I just lost part of it. Okay. Now, I know this is a little redundant, but another saran wrap. This is just in case the wax ever gets hot someday, and we never know. That way the wax stays right where we put it. Piece of aluminum foil. about a baggie? Is this one? Just another layer of protection. And of course, the ammo container. And of course, the ammo. I'm not going to dip this one, but normally I put the ammo in a container. I wrap it so it won't vibrate around, which you usually have a container full. This happens to be the one I have. And I also will dip it in the wax 3 or 4 times to protect the metal. There you have a gun that is going to be in good shape till hell freezes over. Thank you very much. Pass this video on, please. Thank you. Texas Deacon, good night.